Well, a two-vehicle collision on Highway 6 north of Benton resulted in injury and a big rig overturning and spilling a load of onions on the roadway. And this happened Sunday night just before 8 o'clock. Now, the accident happened between the California Agricultural Checkpoint and the Nevada state line. Sierra Wave Media's Gigi Vanderreet was on scene. Now, full details on the accident are not yet available, but initial reports show that an F-250 pickup truck towing a flatbed trailer with a pickup truck on it was involved in an accident with a tractor trailer. And reports also indicate that the driver of the pickup truck was injured and transported by ambulance to a medical care facility. Mono County, California Highway Patrol responded with 2 units, and Highway 6 was closed to traffic in both directions following the accidents. Caltrans was called to deal with the 50,000 onions spilled on the highway. Now, a fire engine attempted to blow the onions off the roadway with water hoses, and later a plow was used to clear the roadway. Reports show that between 10 and 11 p.m. Sunday, traffic was escorted through on one lane, then both sides were closed again in order to right the big rig and trailer. And at midnight, the big rig and trailer was finally righted and towed away. That was approximately 12:15 a.m. The road was cleared and open for use. Now, the cause of the accident and condition of the drivers and any passengers unknown as of our deadline this afternoon. Update will be issued, and we will pass that along if we get the information. Well, obviously, accidents can happen, and that takes us to our next story. Motorists who refuse to wear their seatbelts, beware. The 2012 start of the summer Click It or Ticket campaign seatbelt enforcement mobilization. Now, that kicked off today, and the press release states that that's to help save lives by cracking down on those who don't buckle up. The Bishop Police Department is joining with other state and local law enforcement officers to help save more lives by strongly enforcing seatbelt laws, and this will be around the clock. Seatbelt laws are the most seatbelts are the most effective piece of life-saving equipment on your vehicle. Now, said Bishop Police Chief Chris Carter, too many drivers and passengers on the road at night are not wearing their seatbelts, and it all too often ends up in tragedy. Our goal is to save more lives, so Bishop police officers will be out enforcing seatbelt laws around the clock, end quote. Now, while this year's Click It or Ticket enforcement mobilization runs through June 3rd, motorists should know that officers are out enforcing seatbelt laws year-round. Total costs of a first-time ticket are at least $142. Well, Bennett Kessler filed this following report. A smart meter is an electrical meter that records consumption of electricity and communicates that information to a utility for monitoring and billing. Now, Southern California Edison came to the Eastern Sierra last week to offer a cheerful PowerPoint presentation on installation of state-of-the-art meters in the next few weeks in Inyo and Mono counties. Many communities and the AARP are not so optimistic. Now, Edison project manager Doug Malusa spoke to both Inyo and Mono County Boards of Supervisors last Tuesday. He claims that the new meters will allow customers to manage their electricity use online. The meter sends data from individual homes via radio frequency waves to a cellular relay that sends the data on to the utility headquarters, and this is going to be on an hour-by-hour basis. Now, Malusa said that power outages will immediately be reported to Edison. He said installers are in the Eastern Sierra now, and the Edison manager did say that there is a program for customers to refuse these smart meters, and that's called opt-out. Now, the customer has to pay a $75 one-time fee and $10 per month to avoid a smart meter. So why would someone want to avoid it? Well, nationwide and worldwide, individuals and groups have raised concerns about health effects from the meter's wireless radiation and the fear that utilities will start charging big time for use of power at particular times of day and season as they monitor customers' use patterns with the new meters. Now, this is called time of use scheme and is also known as dynamic pricing. Now, some news reports say power companies want smart meters so they can charge more for electricity during heavy use times, which encourages customers to cut back during those times. Now this, it is reported, will help the utilities avoid investment in more power generating facilities. Some groups say there is not enough information on how time of use pricing would impact vulnerable households. And there are also concerns about invasion of privacy. The meters monitor and broadcast to utility headquarters specific use patterns, times of day, types of appliances used. Now, some areas have tried to ban the new meters altogether. Marin County passed an ordinance to keep smart meters out, and so have governments in other states. However, the California Public Utilities Commission has okayed the meters with the opt-out program. Now, Mr. Malusis of Edison described it in the positive way by saying that smart meters allow customers to, quote, control their use of electricity, end quote. Well, we're getting information from the Mono County District Attorney's Office about an arrest, and that press release states that in early April of 2012, the District Attorney's Office wasn't alerted to an allegation of misappropriation of funds from the Bridgeport Public Utility District. Now, the District Attorney's Office opened an investigation in which revealed that former General Manager Cheryl Good issued herself numerous unsubstantiated payments. An arrest warrant charging misappropriation of public funds was sought, and on May 17th, Ms. Good turned herself in at the Mono County Jail in Bridgeport, posted bail of $25,000, and is due to appear in the Superior Court County of Mono on June 5th to face those charges of misappropriation of public funds. Well, at last report, a resident of Mammoth Lakes was in critical but stable condition after being flown to Reno last week with a probable case of Hantavirus infection. Now, according to a press release from the Mono County Health Department, Dr. Rick Johnson, full credit for ensuring that the individual quickly received the highest level of care necessary to maximize the chances of survival, go to an astute, experienced local clinician at Mammoth Hospital. An investigation into possible sources of the infection being done, including inspections of personal residence, work sites, and is being done with the full cooperation of the patient, family, and employer. And we've passed along some information on hantavirus before, but the best way to prevent the hantavirus transmission is by controlling rodent populations where you live and work. And if you would like to get some more information, go to the website cdc.gov, and that will be /hantavirus. We'll be back with more news.